this is Hannah Rose. Today I want to tell you all about the Phoenix Book Fair that I just went to last weekend. It's called the VNSA Book Fair, and it's a really cool event that I didn't even hear about until later last year when my aunt sent me and my sister the information for it. But basically, the fairgrounds in Phoenix collect all of these used books throughout the entire year, and then they compile them into one building and sell them at insanely low prices. Obviously, as really big readers, my sister, aunt, and I had to go check it out, and we got a lot of books. We definitely did some damage to our wallets that trip, but it was really, really fun. So I want to show you guys what that looked like, what the process was like, and then I'll show you everything I got. My sister picked me up around noon, and we made a quick stop for gas and snacks before heading up to Phoenix. Lifesavers and mini donuts are a must for even the short road trips. We are loaded up on snacks and ready to go. Woo! This new Crescent City book by Sarah J. Maas was released not too long ago, so I began to read it to my sister on the way up. We spent the night babysitting my little cousins while my aunt and uncle attended a wedding, and then we went to bed early because we woke up at 4 a.m. the next morning. I was not expecting this many people here already. While the gates don't open until 8, people are allowed to start lining up at 5 a.m., and there was already quite a group assembled when we got there. We brought chairs and blankets because it was freezing, and we all sat reading the same book and laughing while we waited for each other to catch up to different parts. At 8 a.m., they finally opened up the doors and started letting in small groups at a time. Luckily, we were in one of the first groups to get in, so we got first dibs at all of the books. The book fair was so much fun. We actually brought a wagon to carry all of our books, which I thought was a little excessive at first, but I am so glad that my aunt decided to bring it because there's no way we could have carried all the books that we got. And on top of that, we used it to carry our chairs, as I showed in the video, to the line. We waited in line for 3 hours, which thank goodness, because we were inside the building for 2 hours, like a little over 2 hours, and there were still people in line waiting to get into the building. So I do not regret getting there early one bit. It was definitely a free-for-all once you got into the building, every man for himself. Obviously, I live in a bus, so I do not have a lot of room, but books are one thing that I am not willing to give up. This is my current bookshelf. I keep all of the ones that are most important to me or that I access regularly up here, or maybe my newest parts of the collection. But I'm going to be getting boxes to store them in like my garage area. Let's get into it. First, starting off strong, I found the entire Harry Potter collection, and of course I've read them, but oh my gosh, I've never owned my own copy before, and people were probably getting so annoyed with me. Other people were doing this too, but I was scouring every single book trying to make sure that I was getting ones that weren't torn up and getting the best copy. I need to put them in the right order. But yeah, each of these were only $6, and these are hardback books. Hardback books can be like $20 to $30, and so each of these were only $6. And at first I was asking my sister and my aunt, like, oh, should I wait? Should I get a different set? And they were like, absolutely not. Get it while you can because this is the best price you will ever get. And I got all the same cover art too, because that's one thing I was going to be picky about. I wanted the same cover art. So I have a complete matching Harry Potter set now that I'm so, so excited about. Next, I got these two. I got Ready Player One. I loved this movie. Haven't read the book. I didn't even know that it was a book for the longest time after watching it, but I loved the movie very, very much, so I'm super excited to read the book now. And then going off the whole movie book thing, I have not yet watched Dune, but I believe it has Zendaya in it, so I have to watch it because I love Zendaya. I want to read this before I see the movie. I know the second one's coming out soon, but I haven't seen the first. And my aunt's read it, and she told me that it was very, very good. So, I got this one. Also, I'm so excited about this. I found the complete Game of Thrones series. Same thing, I've seen the entire show, but I have not read these, and I'm very, very excited because I know how good they're going to be just based on how good the show was, and of course the movie is obviously not nearly as good as the book. Every single time the book is going to be better. So, that'll be fun, and also my friend Vanessa has this series as well, so maybe we can read them together and have a little book club thing going on. Okay, don't hate me. I actually have not read Hunger Games. I'm a monster. My aunt found these for me for only $4 each also, and these are not very long books. For some reason I thought Hunger Games was going to be really long books, but they're not. They're very reasonably sized. I could probably get through these very quickly. and I need to because I think it's a disgrace that I haven't read them yet, especially considering how much I love the movies. And I'm calling out VNSA, she hasn't read them yet either. So
Okay.
So this is another series that we're going to read together this year, and I also have to find A Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. This is going to be on my read as soon as possible list. This is the only one I picked up that I hadn't heard of before, but my aunt said that it was on her TBR. It's called Skin of the Sea. You know me, I like anything to do with the ocean and water, so I snatched it. It's about a mermaid. I'm gonna read it, I'm gonna see what I think because I love any books having to do with mermaids. And then last but not least, my friend from Schoolypalooza, I mentioned him in both of my Schoolypalooza videos that are already up. He has a library in his bus. He's converted the whole thing into a library, and when he travels, he puts out books along with a little list where you can write down your name and your phone number, and you can check out a book for however long you're staying and then return it when you're done. He wasn't able to make it, so I decided to pick up a couple that I thought would fit his collection. He likes the classics. He has a lot of classic books. So I grabbed the Odyssey and the Scarlett Letter. I have absolutely no idea if he already has these, but here's to hoping. But yeah, the prices on all of these were insane. Like I said, hardcovers can be up to $20. Both of these, the classics, were $4. All the Harry Potter books were $6. This one was $6. The entire Game of Thrones series together was $15. Both of these paperbacks, they didn't have prices on them, but I think they were like $2. In total, for 20 books, I spent about $89. For 20 books is like nothing, and all of these are in amazing condition. So this was a really, really cool event. I highly recommend it. A lot of books that we either listened to on audiobook or that we read on the Kindle or online in another way, we wanted to just have on our shelves, and this was a really great way because you're spending money on books that you already know you want on your shelf and love. If you are a big book reader and you want to be able to stock up on books, I highly recommend going to the Phoenix VNSA Book Fair. It is every February. Line up at 5 a.m., get there as early as possible, bring blankets, bring chairs to sit in. You will be in line for a while, but it is absolutely worth it because even by the time we left, some of the really good ones were clearing out. I'm lucky enough that I was able to grab this one, but it went fast. This was one of only 2 complete sets of Game of Thrones. I feel very, very lucky that my aunt knew ahead of time to line up early so that I was able to get this one and the others. Thank you for joining me for my book haul and my adventure in Phoenix for the book fair. I have to figure out how to store all of these now, but thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful day, and I'll see you next week. Bye!